Alright guys, I'm Taylor.
I'm Ariel.
This is the second Lindy Hop class of information. We didn't actually cover too much today. We just went over a lot of what we did the previous class, which was our swing out basic. What we did add on was a circle, and we'll get into that right now.
If you have questions about the basic from last class, then see the last class video, which will be posted up on Facebook along with this one, so you should be able to find it.
So a circle from open, which is what we started with. Essentially, half of the movement is exactly the same as a swing out. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're here. At this point, we're going to stay connected. I have quite a good frame. And we 5, 6, 7, and 8. When you're doing a Lindy circle from open, you tend to come all the way around and do a 360. But once you're back here in closed position, you can do Lindy circles. And you don't really have to get all the way around. You can, if you like, or just little ones.
A few important parts for follows concerning all that. The two ways that I know that it's going to be a Lindy circle and not a swing up are that sort of more solid frame. Taylor sinks into a little bit more because he doesn't move as much in a Lindy circle as he does in the swing out. So he sort of sinks into a little bit more. And then the other key is, you'll notice that when we step on a regular swing out, we go from 4, quite low, to 5, which is more upright. And we don't in a Lindy circle. So Taylor, with his frame, will prevent me from standing. And even though the 5 step is more or less the same, that's my cue that it's not going to turn into a swing out. He doesn't let go of me, he keeps me low.
And we're staying quite close. So those 5, 6 steps are smaller. They're even smaller than on our, if we're on 4, or even smaller than our swing out steps. 5, 6. They're tiny little steps. The reason for this is that you will have a lot of momentum coming back together, and you want to be able to contain it by keeping yourself grounded and taking small steps. Otherwise, it's going to get out of control.
Yep.
So we talked a lot about how to keep this from turning into this spinning movement, something that tends to make people feel a little ill. And one strategy is that this is actually less of a circle and more of backwards and forwards.
Yeah. An ellipse, if you will, or an oval.
So your triple steps take you in a direction. We practice this by saying your first triple step takes you forward, which is forward as in center of the V, not me forward this way. We go forward together.
When we did that exercise about point your hand out, and that's where you're going to tuck turn your follow, we are following this line forwards and backs, the line that's made by our hands right here.
And then our second triple step takes us backwards.
Along that line.
This way. So forwards, backwards. So, if we put this into our Lindy circle and we exaggerate it more than we really would normally, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. If you distill that down into smaller footwork, you're going to have a really nice Lindy circle that doesn't make your partner dizzy.
And you may have noticed this, but the other important part about that is that you do have to put in some rotation. Otherwise you get this weird rodeo hip thing going on and it's kind of awkward. But the rotation only happens in the step.
That's right.
The triple steps are in a line, and then you spin, and then the triple steps are in a line again. That will also help to not make your partner dizzy. And part of that connects back to looking at the parrot, because in order for all of that to happen, I have to keep my shoulders square to Taylor's, which is about looking at the parrot on the shoulder. We reviewed that a little bit. And the last part is, if you're really wobbling with your frame, sort of triple stepping down like this, that will also help to make you super dizzy. And lots of people do it. You generally don't know that you're doing it until somebody points it out. So it's just another thing to think about, but that will make you dizzy. And it's much easier for leads to force that on follows than it is for follows to force that on leads, just because of the way you're partnered up together. So leads, be mindful of that. If your follow is starting to look a little lost and confused, think about those 3 things and whether you might be doing any of them.
It's probably to do with your tension. If you're tense when you're dancing and you try to move,
Yes.
right? If your back's locked up, whereas if you relax and you're actually dancing with your hips and legs and your body is just sort of going with it.
My shoulders are really good.
That's right.
It'll come, relax, have fun, enjoy it. Next class we'll talk about the send out, which is the last piece that you
Getting
need
out.
to fill in the basics, which is the swing out, the getting to closed, which is the the bring-in circle. And then the Lindy circle's enclosed, and we'll give you that last piece.
That's it.
Thanks, guys.
Keep working at it.